If you want the effects of meditation while still having enough time to go to work or to go to school, then this video is for you. Now, whether or not you have time for meditation, or maybe you just don't feel like meditating, there are like 3 alternate meditation techniques. There could be more, but we can be here all day just trying to list them and talk about them more in detail. But first, let's talk about the big 3 of meditation, which is awareness, anchor, and patience. Awareness. You're just basically being aware of your surroundings. Whether your eyes are closed or not, you still
I'll tell you what.
the wind around you, and most notably, your thoughts. The wider your awareness, the better. And lastly, your anchor. Your anchor is just basically focusing on one thing. Whether your mind wanders or something, you need something to bring you back to reality. For meditators, they tend to focus on their breath when they notice themselves wandering. And lastly, patience. You just need to trust the process. Simply trusting the process will more likely make you enjoy the things in the long run, like for that other thing I'm about to mention. By trusting the process, you get to enjoy both the awareness and the anchor. For more information, we're just going to go to this first meditation technique, which is enjoying nature. Whether your eyes are closed or not, you can still enjoy nature. Like when your eyes are closed, you can totally enjoy the smell of fresh air. Or when your eyes are open, you can enjoy the forest, maybe even the trees around you. Shit, maybe even grass. I bet your ass never touched that shit. And I've seen it in like mostly random self-improvement videos and Instagram reels. They keep telling us to go outside and touch some grass. Now that I focused on the awareness and anchor, let's talk about patience. It takes a while to enjoy the fresh air. And not only the fresh air, but also the trees. The more you keep looking at it, the more you're like, damn, that shit's fire. The next one, listening to music. What I recommend is listening to Frank Ocean Channel Orange. Do not listen to Blonde unless you want to feel nostalgic or something. But any music will do, as long as it sounds good. Basically, what you gotta be aware of is the sound, maybe even the voice. Shit, the voice can even be the anchor. Because have you heard Frank Ocean sing so beautifully? All I want is Nike. Or maybe you can just focus on the tempo of the beat. Either way, I don't care. And patience. It honestly takes less time to enjoy the music, but it's really good. And I forgot to mention, for awareness, you can also be aware of the emotions you're feeling when you're listening to that music. Like for me, some people listen to Blonde and they kind of feel sad. But for me, I just feel nostalgia. I don't know if that's sad or not, or I don't know if I'm just like, I don't know if there's like other people feeling nostalgia, but that's just how I feel when I listen to Blonde. Last but not least is drawing. Now you can do both of these combined, seeing nature and listening to music to see what you draw. I mean, the awareness is basically everything around the canvas. Everything around. Everything that you see. That's what I'm saying. And the anchor, basically your canvas. I mean, you need to focus on your canvas and every single line on the reference. And by being aware of your canvas, you can make a masterpiece. Unless you're a beginner, that is. It takes some time and patience. Now, my English teacher always tell me, how do you eat an elephant? Taking one bite at a time. I'm gonna have to say that again. How do you eat an elephant? Taking one bite at a time. That's what basically drawing is trying to tell you. Or maybe not. How do you draw a person? One line at a time. And the honorable mentions. gaming and reading. Gaming does not give out the much benefits as meditation, although it still mirrors meditation. It still mirrors the big three. Awareness. You gotta be aware of the enemy and maybe even the map. Because you'll never know when an enemy jumps out and And also your anchor. Your anchor is obviously your aim, trying to shoot at the enemy. Unless you're playing some puzzle games, then your awareness is basically puzzles. To be fair, I'm just talking about PvP games and patience. It kind of takes patience to kill an enemy, because if you're impatient, it will backfire on you and the enemy will get an upper hand. The reason why it doesn't benefit much as meditation or the other three facts is because the point of meditation is to be in a state of calm and relaxation. And unless you're not playing some League games, I don't see you relax in a PvP game or any other game. Besides those other games where you have to clean and shit. And lastly, reading. Honestly, you just gotta be aware of how you feel after you read the book and what's in that book. What's the story? What's the plot? And the anchor. You need to focus on one page at a time. And if not one page, then one word at a time. Because if by focusing on words, you can certainly finish a page. That's called compound interest, which is not only the anchor, but also part of patience. Because by trusting the process, you get to enjoy the results. Overall, all of these can help you not only in focusing, but also by being in a state of relaxation and being calm. Unless you're playing a League game. Then that's a big problem.